5 seed from Henderson, Nevada, Scotty Nguyen.
My first job was busboy, and the one she hired me, she's around like 62 years old. She go like, "What's your name?" I say, "Thuan Nguyen." She go, "Thuan who?" I said, "Thuan Nguyen." She said, "No, Scotty Nguyen." And I stuck with that name until now. I say, baby, about a couple hundred times a day. Is this a mirage, baby? That's right, baby. Nice hand, baby. Animal, baby. Just play, baby. Because, you know, I don't know people by name. So this way I can get along with everybody. I call him baby. The way I say to everyone is that you can feel it.
I want him to say, good call, baby.
I can't even sleep last night, but I'm not tired. I'm ready. I feel good, you know, baby. Let's play, baby.
Well, the crowd's still stunned by that chop pot. Scotty Nguyen getting very lucky there, Vance. It looks like the poker gods might be smiling down on him tonight.
Too lucky today. One from you, one from him. So there's no way you're gonna stop me now, baby.
A lot of love at this table.
Still the chip leader, but he would have been low man on the totem pole had he lost that pot.
Action's going to be on the Spaniard, Raul. He's got Motown Jack 5. He goes out.
Well, Gavin looks down at King 9 on the button, and he's going to raise it. Makes it 180,000 to go.
Scotty with Queen 8. No, he goes out, and now it's on the grinder. He's got Queen 10 of clubs.
He's in the big blind, meaning he's got 60,000 out there. Cost him another 120,000 to call.
I might raise it.
And the grinder does make the call.
King 9 versus Queen 10.
Grinder, what you got?
The soldier, baby.
What you got, Grinder?
Well, flop is Jack 8-6. No help to either player.
And they both check, though.
Comes the turn card. Well, the 4 diamonds comes off.
What you representing?
Here comes the grinder with a bet.
Well, this is just great poker instincts, folks.
I hope I gave you a paper cut.
Almost.
It shows you the power of betting and no limit hold'em. The guys that do it seem to win a lot more times than the guys who don't.
Good instincts from the 25-year-old from Hollywood, Florida, the superstar, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more in just a moment.
Winning another World Poker Tour, I mean, it's just a great feeling just winning one. I mean, it's so hard. If I win it, then I'm going to want to win 3, then 4, then 5, and I'm not going to stop. And I really have high expectations of myself.
Welcome back to the World Poker Open in Tunica, Mississippi. I'm Vince Van Patten with Mike Sexton. 4 players remain.
Guys making some great plays, and start with the grinder, Michael Mizrachi. He outplays all these guys.
And he's got stiff competition with the great Scotty Nguyen, who is a true gambler as well. But let's go back to the table. Gavin Smith.
Fold.
Folds a King 8 offsuit.
This time I look.
Scotty lays his hand down. He's got the 9-3.
And now around to the grinder. He's got Motown Jack 5.
Well, the grinder doesn't lay anything down out of the small blind. He calls with the Jack 5.
Now our Spaniard, Raul Paez, with 8-7.
And he says, give us a flop. And here comes the flop. It comes 6 deuce. No help for either player. The grinder checks, and Raul checks.
We're going to the turn card.
I'm lying. I didn't have that. I'm lying.
Well, a 5 comes off. Now this gives the grinder a pair of 5s. He's going to bet 60,000, but notice Raul has made an open-end straight draw, and he's going to call 60,000.
Yes, he does. He would like to hit lightning here, open-ended straight. Let's see if he gets lucky.
Nope, a king comes off on the river. The grinder checks, and Raul checks. Well, Raul just waves the white flag, bench. There's no hand he can beat with an 8-7 there.
That's right, baby.
That's right, baby.
That's right, baby.
They're all laughing and high-fiving each other. Raul up against 3 tough competitors here.
Well, Mike, you know, the process of becoming a good poker player, like any education, can become a major investment, you know, which sadly many players have learned.
Oh, you're right, Vance. But there's one person at the table who's risking no money, watching every play, and getting paid to do it. As our own Courtney Friel found out in this week's WPT Academy.
While most dealers just work on moving the cards around the table, a few are turning the tables and dealing themselves in on the action.
When I was poker dealer, I love to deal. good money. Plus, you learn something. I enjoy that.
The ability to feel comfortable with the game, with the chips, with the cards, it's like a head start. Cool. It's almost like a college for poker players.
That's how I originally learned how to read people. I learned, 8 hours a day. And when I was dealing, I would watch the players, try and figure out why is he taking a sip of his water? Why is his hand shaking?
Reading the hands, saying it out loud and being correct.
All 8-1, you had the queen of clubs.
I got really good at it.
How the hell do you know what's coming all the time?
So I don't think I'd ever have to go back down as a poker dealer. I don't think I could.
I used to be a dealer here at the Gold Strike. Several years ago, I was a dealer for WPO. I'm carrying the hopes and dreams of all dealers.
All in.
When I go on breaks, a lot of them are encouraging me.
Best former dealer poker player. I don't want to say myself because I look a little conceited, so I would say it might be Scotty.
Scotty Nguyen, baby, the one and only.
I think I could beat Scotty Nguyen at a final table. He's got a lot of ego. It gets in the way. Don't print that.
Karen dealing the game here. Feels like one day she might be at a WPT final table. You got to wonder, Vince, will we see her there holding just 2 cards instead of all 52?
We'll see. All right, back down to the table on Scotty Nguyen.
Small, baby.
Looks down at a pair of wired 5s.
Man, you raise my blind every single
He is going to make a raise. Goes up to 140 to go.
That's not much.
3 and 7,
To
Jim.
the grinder who looks down at ace high.
7, baby.
I almost have to call.
You must, no.
Unless Grinder does something
You
stupid.
don't call, you might be crazy.
If Grinder does something stupid, I don't have to call. But
Lots of chips in front of him.
Come on, baby. Let's
Well, he opts to lay it down.
Now Raul from Barcelona. He's got Jack 10 of clubs.
I'm checking.
Rahul.
And he says, once again, I'm going to make a call.
Rahul. Supposed to go all in, baby. What you
Gavin
doing?
now with Queen 3.
I call for him.
He flies away. Scotty says, I'll call for him.
It's so sick.
Can't do that.
Well, Scotty having a big time here. This hand, he's got 2 5s. He's up against the Jack 10 of clubs. Here comes the flop. Well, it's come 10-10-8. So it's Ren 10-10 for Raul.
Oh, and he does something very nice. He's going to check his monster hand. And sure enough, Scotty Nguyen coming out of the box. He's going to bet it.
Well, you can't blame Scotty for betting here. He's got a pair. There's a pair on the board. He bets 140,000.
Well, let's see how Raul plays this. And he just makes a casual call. I like this play.
Yeah, you careful what you wish for, Mama.
Here we go with the turn.
Well, Scotty didn't like that call. You could see that. Now a 9 comes off. Now Raul checks. And Scotty checks. Vince, I think Scotty's very aware there's no hand he can beat right now at this moment.
Scotty very wise not to bet there. A 6 on the river.
If Rua had some kind of straight draw, Scotty's beat.
Yeah, baby.
If he had the overpair, he's beat. Scotty checked it down wisely. He recognized he was beat. Didn't want to lose any more money in that pot. So Raul gets minimum value out of these 3 10s.
Well, the problem here in Raul Paez actually is easier to read than a stop sign right now. You know, he is not mixing up his game. These guys, if you're not going to mix it up, they're going to put you on a hand when you stick around, and it's going to hurt them.
Well, you're right about that, Vince. As Doyle Brunson says, you have to give action to get action. Raul not giving enough action to get any when he makes a good hand like that. Folks, this is not a home game that they're playing for $2. You must be thinking that is laughing as much fun as they're having here. But they're really playing for nearly $1 million here and a WPT title.
All right, back down on the green felt, Michael Mizrachi. An 8 deuce of spades. And he elects to fold his hand.
Be careful, baby.
Raul folds.
Sneaky.
Now Gavin Smith, he's got a pair of 8s.
Comprende español, baby?
But he just limps in.
Man, Scotty's got an awful 7-5.
What do I say?
Well, Scotty checks.
Gavin trying to dig the hole, put the twigs over it, waiting for his sucker to fall in. Let's see what happens.
Well, the flop comes queen, queen, deuce. And Gavin checks again.
Me too.
Scotty checks right behind him. Scotty falling into no traps here.
Here comes the turn card.
Well, it's an ace. Again, Gavin checks. And again, Scotty checks.
I check.
Scotty checks behind.
Well, for the second hand in a row, he hasn't fallen in any traps.
Another ace.
The board paired aces. Gavin checks again.
I hope I have a king.
Just a bad card for Gavin.
I have a king.
Scotty says I have a king. He's betting 60,000. Well, Gavin shows him 2 8s.
Well, Gavin got counterfeited there, playing it sneaky.
No, I don't want anyone to know how bad I play.
Didn't push
Well,
it.
even Gavin knows how bad he played that hand.
He be steaming.
And look at this, Gavin wants to look.
Hey, look. 7 high, baby.
Well, Gavin was trying to trap Scotty there. Scotty didn't fall into it. For the second consecutive pot, Scotty is dodging the raindrops.
Home games for millions right here. We'll be right back from Tunica, Mississippi in just a moment here on the World Poker Tour. Welcome back to the World Poker Open. Right now, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi with $2.2 million. Scotty Nguyen with about 2.1. Raul Paez is taking over third place with about 1,200,000, and Gavin Smith short stacked at 1 million.
Action's going to be on the grinder. He looks down at 10-4 hearts, lays it down.
On to Raul with the button. He's got 10-6. No deception there. He goes out. And Gavin Smith right now, look at this. He has picked up the double chickies. Pair of ladies.
A minute ago, we saw him limp in with 2 8s against Scotty. Scotty didn't fall into any traps. Let's see if he stubs his toe here.
All right, check.
Scotty with 8 deuces. That's fine. Slow playing Gavin Smith. Last time he was foiled. Let's see what happens now.
Well, the flop comes 7-4 deuce. Gavin not slow playing this time. He bets 80,000 here.
Yeah.
Scotty has bottom pair.
Gavin tired of that slow play and finally says, let me get paid off. I'm humiliated enough after the last hand.
Scotty's done well to avoid the traps in the last 2 pots. See if he can avoid this one.
Well, looks like he's gonna. Nope.
Well, Scotty Nguyen lays the hand down.
He waited. You see? I don't want to see.
He put the small blind out there. He wasn't calling the bet and then folded his hands, but
see mine.
you got to be careful doing that, folks. Sometimes they'll make you keep that money in the pot. They're laughing, they're joking, they're wrestling. These guys are having fun here tonight on the World Poker Tour.
We've been to a lot of WPT final tables. Never have I seen such fun and mirth, legitimate fun and mirth at the table.
And you think this was a $2 and $4 home game, you know, and you're just having a beer on a Saturday night game with the boys or something.
It is a glorified home game, just millions at stake. Action's going to be on the Spaniard, who is looking more and more like that Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver. You think he looks in the mirror and says, "Tu habla de mí? Tu habla de mí?" I don't know. Gavin quickly out.
No, Scotty raised.
Around to Scotty. Scotty said he raises it. He's got ace-4. Makes it 190,000 to go.
Only one to beat is his old nemesis, Michael the Grinder. He's got a hand, though, Queen 10.
Well, one thing we've learned about the grinder, he doesn't throw Queen 10 away when somebody raises in front of him.
All right, what a yappy group here.
Well, flop comes 5-4 deuce. So Scotty's flopped a pair of 4s and a wheel draw and leads out and bets 120,000. The grinder with the Queen 10 offsuit here makes the call, Vince. Now that tells me he's calling here to try to take the pot away from Scotty on a later street.
Fixing it.
Comes the turn card. The 7 of clubs comes off. That's got to be a scare card for both players there. Neither one of them have a club in their hand. Scotty looks back down at his hand.
Things suddenly getting serious here. Doesn't have a club in his hand, but he has guts in his heart. He is making another bet.
Well, he's betting 160,000. Now recognize there's 660,000 in the pot.
Well, that's a lot of guts right there.
And that's the piece of the puzzle that the grinder's trying to put together here. Why is the guy betting such a small amount into such a big pot?
Hey, where's she?
It's either a meek little bet to try to pick up the pot, or it's a beg me call kind of bet. The grinder's got to figure it out here.
Now, let's see what the grinder's made of. He's got nothing, just queen high.
I have no doubts he could win this pot, but he opts to lay it down.
Just can't help
Well,
myself.
Scotty turns out made a good bet right there. Had he checked, Grinder might have made a play at that pot and taken it away from him.
What a psychological battle between these two great champions, playing with absolutely nothing most of the time.
Well, the Grinder made that call on the flop with absolutely nothing because he was planning on taking the pot away from Scotty later on. When Scotty bet on the turn, Grinder opted just to exit smoothly.
Right now, the antes and blinds are going up. We're talking